Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. When I woke up this morning, real early, quite a while ago, I pried one eye open again and I looked over at the surveillance monitor that's beside my bed, which I leave on all night because it acts like a night light in case I have to get up. And it's kind of interesting to look at. Anyway, I thought, it's snowing. And I could look at the screen that showed my car, and it looked like snow. But what it was the fog was so heavy that the night light from the surveillance camera was making it look like snow. And the way the frost and everything had formed on the top of the car, it looked like a little layer of snow. And I thought, oh no, already. Anyway, a little while later, I get up and I check the weather, and it says probability of precipitation is 0 for all day. And I thought, well, how could this be? I still haven't stuck my head out the door yet to actually look. And so I checked the weather radar, and it's not showing anything moving around Winnipeg. So anyway, it turns out it's not snow. It's just heavy, heavy fog. We will not be seeing a sunrise this morning. Okay, what I did do though is I got up and I not repainted, but I painted all the places where these little parts had been hung onto by the tweezer, and it blocked off my ability to brush it yesterday. So they're all painted. There was one little wheel that I had painted blue. This one here, well, it's a medium-sized one. It's the one that goes on the shaft right here. And it turns out that was supposed to be black. At first I thought it was supposed to be blue, so I painted it blue. And then looking closer at it, I thought, no, that's not blue, that must be green. But actually it's supposed to be black. Black had to do with air pressure, did it? Okay, the blue had to do with electricity. Green had to do with fuel. Black probably had to do with air pressure, I guess. I did know. At least 2 viewers had commented a few months ago when I first started this build, and they told me what the different colors on the wheels were. Okay, we only have to put a little red wheel on here, right where I'm pointing. We have to put this larger red wheel on this piece right here. We have to put this piece, I should be moving in because you're too far back. But I can't see any reason now why we can't get through steps 46 today. There is very little left to do. All the parts are painted, except for this piece. And I was gonna wait and maybe see if possibly when I spray this part right here, the 338, then maybe I'll do that at the same time. I might even glue that in place. I'll see how it looks. Sometimes you can glue small modules together and paint them, and sometimes you can't. So we'll just see how it looks when we get that far, which I believe will be maybe when we turn the page. No, pardon me. When we turn the page, we deal with this part over here, and we have to. You know what? We got to drill holes for the lights. That's what we'll be doing next, after we're through 46. Let's finish 46. Yeah, it's minus 0.5 Celsius right now. I don't know if I'm going to get out today. I might go out on my e-bike. I was out on the Rebel yesterday. Yesterday when I was coming home, I was almost back to the house here after my ride. And I came across Missy the dog. And fortunately, I put a little dog cookie in my pocket before I left, on the chance that maybe I might run into her. Wouldn't you know? Murphy's Law was in my favor. So if there's such a thing. Alrighty, we're not going to talk about the big election. I don't think it's completely decided yet. What do we got here? It's almost 8 o'clock. They're predicting the winner, but I don't think it's going to be official for a few days yet. Anyway, let's have some fun here at the model table and finish up step 46. Okay, now remember, this time we do not try to put the glue in the hole. We try to drop it, put it on the end of the peg there, or shaft. It's supposed to go right there like that. Yeah, it should be alright. I better just double check. Seems to be quite a loose fit there. Was it supposed to go there or here? No, it's supposed to go here. And we'll use the thick. We won't use the thin because the thin runs. Although the thin melds a lot better. Oh, we can wait. Okay, I was just thinking here that if I'm going to be using the thick, maybe I can put the glue in the hole using a different kind of applicator here. It's not going to take very much. I just looked in the monitor, and it looks like a little bit of paint is missing here on the edge, but that's going to be, maybe we'll turn the wheel so that that's going to be on the inside where nobody's going to be looking. Okay, I think I more or less got it. Okay, when that dries, it's not going to fall out of there. Okay, here we got a couple of pieces of sprue plastic, and remember we were going to do the test to see if the Tamiya airbrush cleaner was the same as the Tamiya extra thin. My personal opinion is it's probably not the same as, but it will probably do much the same sort of thing. So I'm going to just get a clean syringe here so I can get a bunch of airbrush cleaner, and we're just going to sort of put it in that little, what's almost forming a cup if I turn this piece at an edge like that. And we should be able to see if there's going to be any sort of melding going on over a period of time. We won't do the time lapse or anything. We'll just look at it tomorrow, or maybe excuse me, maybe later today. I'm using the helping hands here to hold this at a slight angle so that it doesn't have a tendency to want to pour out. Okay, I think I've got quite a bit in there. I don't know if it's wicking its way down and around and into the cloth or not. It might be. Okay, let's just leave that for a while, and we'll just check and see what happens to the plastic. And also there's some lettering right here that is getting covered up. Are we going to be able to? I wonder what would happen on the. So let me move my control here. Put some right on the end. Does it act as sort of a healing? Smooth it out. You know what I'm talking about? It kind of seems to, like, it almost looks like it does, doesn't it? Okay, let's just leave that for a while. Okay, now is this little part maybe going to move around on me when I try to put the wheel on? It probably is. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just hold it down here with a makeshift holder downer. Okay. Now, once again, we're going to sample a little bit of glue here. Not too much. Okay, if I was to turn it a little bit like this, it'll kind of drill its way in. Well, I don't think it matters where this this crank part is. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Let me check the monitor. Yeah, it looks pretty square. Now, I was looking at this one, and it's not going to be an easy one to place. Now you can see there's a little notch right there, just where I'm touching the side of the cabinet. And this is supposed to go into that notch. And then somehow, see if we can get it down here now. Hold it just out on the end like that. Okay, these are supposed to go underneath, I guess, and glue on the bottom of the cabinet. Now, how am I going to hold that in the right place? I don't know if I can get the helping hands to hold everything in the right spot. Or should I maybe let gravity be our friend here and turn this thing up on its side, and then just sort of hook this part that's in the slot in, and I don't know. Once again, I'll probably come up with something, but will it be a good something? Good morning. Morning, Max.
Ron. Well, she popped it in the dark there, and it started to rain just now.
Really?
And in silhouette, some of the rain looked very white. A couple of drops went down my neck here. Ice cold.
Cold rain.
So, America has voted.
Yeah. I'm being very careful what I say because we have American friends listening.
Oh yeah. It doesn't matter whether you're pro or con. Whichever which way you go, you're going to Fed 50%.
Yeah.
But they did ask Prime Minister Trudeau what he thought of President Trump's re-election. And he said, well, you know, we've been here before, which I thought said everything without saying anything.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Is this good? Is this tasting good, Missy? Your tail is a little bit wet again.
And cold. Oh, we're off to a slow start here this morning. I think that's mostly my fault. I stayed up maybe.
Oh, you're watching the election, were you?
But I got up in the middle of the night a couple of times. You know, I popped in to check on the results.
Well, I watched it up until off and on. That is up until about 8:30, and last night, and then I went to bed.
Yeah.
I think I was in bed by 9:30, but I woke up early again. I was awake at about 20 to 4, same as yesterday.
Did you check the computer?
Yeah.
And had it been decided by then?
It looked like Trump was going to win.
Yeah, it wasn't decided at 1 a.m., but this morning when I checked the computer at 8, he had been declared the victor.
Oh, he had, eh? Okay. Well, yeah, I
It
knew
was
that they declared
Wisconsin.
the victor by the officials or just by the networks.
Oh, by the networks.
Oh yeah, they're usually right though.
Oh yeah, they've always been right. Wisconsin, we finally determined that it was going to go to Trump, and that gave him 273. So we head off to the E-gym today. Excuse me. Well, Missy, you're certainly enjoying that.
Yeah, that tastes good on a rainy day, doesn't it? I won't be going out on the motorcycle today.
Not at all?
No, not unless the sun came out right now and dried everything up. But I might go out on the e-bike later. Let's see what happens.
It didn't get very wet. It rained for 5 minutes.
Thanks for coming, Missy. Thanks for coming. We'll see you later.
Thanks, Ron.
Okay, we'll see you.
I'll see you this afternoon.
You bet. See ya. Bye, Missy. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Yeah, I have to be careful what I say because both candidates watch the model ship. I don't want to offend somebody. Okay, let's recompose here and, well, I guess I gotta finish setting up my apparatus. Okay. Now the plan is to bring this forward and have it so that when I set these two little brackets down, they just slightly press on the bottom of the case. Obviously you can see I've got everything upside down now. And then we try to maneuver it so that this is going to be in the slot, which is right there. And it almost is. There, now it is. Now, if I can get it square this way, like obviously it's sticking out too much on this side, so I got to slide everything in here. I want to have all three points touching. I seem to be binding up. I think my alligator clip is catching on that wheel. Yeah, I'm gonna just have to try and maybe if I was to move the alligator clip over about 2 or 3 millimeters to the, I guess it wouldn't matter which way, maybe to the right. Yeah, I'm just going to readjust here a little bit. Excuse me while I press stop here. This might take a few minutes. It's hard to get just right. Okay, now we got to get this back in that slot. Okay, it is. It is in the slot. And I'm just sort of looking straight down on this, and it looks like it's parallel. Yeah, I think we're ready to drop some glue. Now, what would be the best to use right here where it's touching the bottom of the case? In other words, this bracket and this bracket. I'd like to use the melding properties of the extra thin. This one here doesn't look quite right. No, it's right. There's not much of a notch there. Just maybe instead of trying to push this thing that way, I should move the case this way. There. Now it's under tension. Okay, yeah, now it's under tension here. And it appears that these other two brackets are also touching where they're supposed to, basically. So let's put on the macro lens, and we can all cry together when I mess it up. Well, I think this is going to be okay. Okay, I've managed to reposition everything without bumping anything, I don't think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, whoops, I just bumped the holder down. I'm going to let this run down. Oh, that's too much. Just going to let it run down the bracket onto the bottom of the case, which right now is the top. Now remember, this is the bottom of the case. We're not going to see that. Now can I do the same on the other one? Got to get a little bit more. I think I got it. We'll reposition and look at it. Well, actually, it's probably safer that I don't move anything for a while. Now I'm going to use the same glue on the end. As long as we've got the macro lens on, we may as well reposition and see how that's going to go. Now you can see here that that does not go very far into that slot, does it? Now this is the bottom that I'm touching right now. Trying to get it. Maybe I didn't have quite enough there. I guess I can always repaint, can't I? There we go. Now, is that going to stay there and meld? I think it probably is. Yeah, I just looked at the monitor. I'm going to have to repaint there. Okay. You know what this means, right? Yes. Tomorrow we start step 47. And also we'll take a close look at this. I don't want to touch it now. Everything's still okay as near as I can tell. We'll take a look at our Tamiya airbrush cleaner glue up. See how that looks after it's all evaporated. Yeah, we're done 46 finally. Thanks for watching, everybody. All being well, we're gonna see you tomorrow.